What's going on? This is Big G from G Riders and welcome to another episode of Testing Rides. Today, I'm going to be testing out the 2018 Audi Q7. Welcome to the 2018 Audi Q7, introduced back in the 2007 model year. The Q7 was Audi's first attempt at a luxury family 7-seater SUV. Since this SUV's launched back in 2007, this has become one of Audi's most popular models. And the second generation, which is this current body style here, came out for the 2017 model year. And for the 2017 model year, they made this car a lot more efficient, a lot bigger, a lot quicker, a lot more luxurious, and also it served as a great modular platform that cars like the Bentley Bentayga, the Lamborghini Urus, and the Porsche Cayenne all currently still sit on. So it was very important that this car had to be good. Alright, so the model of the Audi Q7 I have here today, so this is the Premium Plus, and the Premium Plus is the mid-range model, but most importantly this one has the bigger engine option of the two. So this has the 3-liter supercharged V6 that makes 333 horsepower and 325 foot-pounds of torque. And since this is a 7-seater family SUV, it does weigh almost 5,000 pounds. Since it's 5,000 pounds and has a supercharged V6, this car only gets 19 in the city and 25 out on the highway. Considering this car is supercharged and 5,000 pounds, those two fuel economy numbers are not too bad at all. So, the Premium Plus of the 2018 Audi Q7 is the mid-range model. So, starting out, the Audi Q7 starts at about mid-50,000s or so. And since this one is the mid-range with the bigger engine option, this car doesn't have any extra options on it. So it's the middle of the line, but no extra options, if that makes any sense to you. So this one is about $60,400. $60,400 is the price for this vehicle, and honestly, for that price point, you do get some good standard equipment. So this car doesn't have any extra options on it. So this car does have, you know, the front collision assist. It does have the blind spot monitoring. It does have blind spot monitoring, but kind of the standout feature of this car is this car has the fantastic both sound systems. So I feel like if you're getting an Audi Q7 but you're not getting a fully loaded one, the Premium Plus is one I think you should get. It's like the best option for most Audis when you're buying a new Audi. So as you've been saying in this video so far, I've been talking very highly of the Q7, but there are a couple things that I do not like at all. First of all, I think that is very petty of Audi to not give you the full LED headlights with the $60,000 mid-range model. I feel like that should be coming honestly standard at this point. I mean, this is an expensive SUV, but I understand that since SUVs are the hot seller, that's kind of the classic vehicle you gotta nickel and dime people on when it comes to packages and equipment and everything like that. And I also think that the wheels are quite ugly on this car. Like, this is a good looking SUV, and I think the standard wheels just kind of ruin it. And Audi typically does very good wheels on their cars, but I don't know what they were thinking on these. They're a good wheel design, but they're just a little too small and a little too basic looking. But besides that, the Audi Q7 is a very stylish and aggressive looking SUV that I feel like will not age over the coming years. I think this car will stay looking fresh and relevant for the next, 7-8 years or so. Go ahead and start. All right. Welcome to the interior of the 2018 Audi Q7. When you step into the Audi Q7, you notice that this interior of the Audi Q7 is very comfortable, it's very ergonomic, it's very modern, cutting edge, and it just looks great, and it's built, this feel like it's built very well. So when I rest my arm up here on the dash when I drive, it's nice and soft, but you expect the car $60,000. Dash is nice and soft, all the buttons and feel, the tactile feeling, it feels really nice. The buttons don't look too cheap, and you know, it's hard to find cheap plastics. Yes, they're here, but you have to really look for them in here. So all right, let's go ahead and fire up the car and kind of look at everything all lit up. So one cool thing to me is that, hold on. One very cool thing to me is the simple fact that the screen pops out the dashboard like that. So I think that's so cool. It's aesthetically, I think it's aesthetically pleasing to look at and everything. The gauge cluster. So this car does not have the all digital display, but I like the one that's in here. So it's very intuitive, easy to use. And still gets like your little map display there, which is pretty awesome. And this car has a nice steering wheel. It's a little hard, but it's all right. Like it's very functional. It's very comfortable to drive with for a long period of time. All the buttons on the steering wheel are there's not too many buttons on the steering wheel, which is nice, and it's very easy to use. Once you kind of get used to it, it's just like second nature to use those. And I do like the overall shape of the steering wheel and how everything is laid out. So focus it back to the center of the car. The screen looks really cool. I love how it goes in and out of the dash. I think looks so cool when you get on the car. You turn on the car and everything just comes to life, and the screen pops up the dash for you and everything. I like the way it looks. It looks pretty awesome, to be honest. But Audi's getting rid of it because they said that it's distracting the drivers, and I can definitely say that it is a bit distracting. But for the infotainment system, it's just basic Audi MMI. It's like it's pretty easy to use once you get used to it. This car does have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, which is definitely nice for, you know, one of the luxury brands to give you that as standard equipment. You don't have to option it in Audis. And you know, it looks nice. I like the little tactile wheel. I don't use the touchpad at all down here or any of the numbers or any of that, but I just basically use the wheel, and that's how I navigate the infotainment system of the Audi. The climate control is pretty simple, easy to use. So here you got your drive select modes, your auto start stop off, your climate control flashers, parking sensors, downhill assist, which is nice, and then the button to bring the screen in and out of the dash. So in the cup holder here, which is kind of cool, it has this little spot where you can hold the key. I mean, like, nobody probably does that because most people just use the push button start and just keep it in the pocket. But it's nice that there's a little slot there for the key. But there's also a little spot here just in case your car dies. This way you put it to start the car up, which is kind of cool. Every car with push button starter needs to have a little fail safe on here. And all around the dash here, it has this piano black and this wood finish that I'm not that big of a fan of. I'd rather just this be all black or all wood. This mix of wood, whatever, doesn't really work for me. But I know that some people who are going to be looking at this car really don't care that much. So looking around the interior of this car, you definitely can tell this is a $60,000 vehicle. Everything that you look at, you feel, you touch is high quality, and you know, like I said before, you're hard pressed to find any cheap plastics in this interior. So let's go ahead and head out on the road and see how this bad boy drives. Are you ready? Welcome to the driving portion of the 2018 Audi Q7 3-liter supercharged. All right, let's start first off with a launch and dynamic mode. All right. First thing you notice when you get into the 2018 Audi Q7, that this car is kind of quick. So this car has a 3-liter supercharged V6, making 330 horsepower and 325 foot-pounds of torque. And with that type of acceleration, you would know this car weighed 5,000 pounds. This car is definitely a lot quicker than the numbers would assume it is. And it's just because that supercharger kind of gives you power at the lower rev range. All right, so how is this car to drive? Well, the Audi Q7 is a luxurious cruising missile with only 300 horsepower. But just the characteristic of how this car drives is just like super smooth. So first of all, steering, it's okay. It's a full-size, it's basically a full-size luxury family SUV. Steering feel doesn't really need to be there, but it's better than, you know, you would expect from an SUV like this. The ride is the best part of this car. This car floats over bumps and imperfections like it's nothing, like it's not even there. It's like you're on a magic carpet ride. It's pretty cool. Like, you can go pretty decently quick over some very broken pavement like we're about to go over here. I mean, we're going 50 miles an hour, but we're going over some pretty decent, some broken pavement there, and it's like you don't even notice. And there's absolutely no road noise. Can you hear any road noise? I don't, not at all. And I haven't heard any road noise for the last 3 or 4 days that I've driven this vehicle. It definitely feels like a $60,000 vehicle. So, you know, this car is a luxury, quick car that just drives beautifully. What are some things I don't like? Well, first of all, I really don't like the simple fact that it handles like a big SUV. I feel like German SUVs have kind of what you expect is some pretty decent handling when it comes to driving this car. Like, the handling is okay in this car, but it's nothing to write home to mom about. The transmission is very smooth. Like, this car has the ZF 8-speed automatic transmission, and I don't know if it's the ZF. I'm gonna have to look that up. But I know this car does have an 8-speed automatic transmission, and it downshifts, upshifts, like, you know, just super smooth, super easy. So let's do a couple of downshifts and upshifts. As you can see there, quick shifts, because this one does not have the S-tronic dual clutch transmission, so it's still very good for not being the dual clutch. But the Audi Q7 is not, it's a very good SUV. It does everything well. It has plenty of space. Fuel economy numbers aren't too bad. It's comfortable to drive. It's very easy to see out of all the windows quite easily. I like the blind spot monitoring that's on the mirror here instead of inside the glass. I like that a lot more. And, you know, this car, you can hop right in and just anybody can drive this easily. And, you know, that's what makes these type of SUVs so attractive and why everybody wants to go out and grab one of these. Like, it's just a seamless, easy, complete package. Audi did a great job with this SUV. I don't have really any complaints about how, I don't really have any major complaints about the Audi Q7. It's just an excellent SUV. For the $60,000 that this car costs, I feel like that this definitely is worth the $60,000 that it costs. Yes, something can always be nice, it can be cheaper, that's always nice, but you know, when you're starting to look at luxury vehicles, like you can't go wrong with buying a new Audi Q7. Like, it's quiet, comfortable, it looks great, it drives great, it has some pretty good power. The technology is there. It's just an all-around package, and if you're looking for a full-size 7-seater family SUV, you definitely should look no further than the 2018 Audi Q7. But get the 6-cylinder. Don't mess with the 4-cylinder. Like, I haven't driven one of those, but I could assume with 5,000 pounds with the 4-cylinder turbo, like, I mean, it makes decent horsepower, but I don't know how that will feel all the time. I don't think it's gonna feel as smooth as this supercharged 6.
Like this video, hit me with the thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and keep driving me. Thanks for watching.